I'm going to show you the craziest thing I have ever seen done with Claude Code right now. It's something I've been working on for a while. It's something called Cortext OS, which is essentially a way that you can actually control, spawn up, and use as many Claude Code instances all orchestrated together, all from Telegram. So I'll show you exactly how it works. These are all Claude Code instances that I've spun up in Cortext OS. And as you can see, they're all running in Tmux terminals, which basically allows us to control as many Claude Code CLI instances programmatically as we want. So we can control it through Telegram, and we can also control it with other Claude Code instances. As you can see here, I've typed out a message to one of my agents in Telegram, which will actually pop up in the text box of this Tmux terminal of the agent. And this agent will then send a message to all of these other agents in their Tmux terminals. So if we go over here and we hit enter, you can actually see that this text pops up in the Tmux box. And it will actually send a message to these other agents, and you'll see it pop up into their text boxes as well. As soon as it executes that command, you see it pop up here, and pop up here, and actually sent those messages through the Claude Code CLI through Tmux so all the agents can communicate together. Each one of these Claude Code instances also has all of the features of OpenClaw, so you can use these Claude Code instances as OpenClaw, except they have coordinated messaging between all of them and full analytics on all of their behavior. Since it's Claude Code, you also have built-in plan mode, ask user question tool, permissions, and all the great things that you get with Claude Code. One of these Claude Code instances went into plan mode and proposed a plan, and you can see that the plan mode actually pops up in Telegram with approve and deny buttons. So we can go here and we can click approve on these plans, and they will actually go back into the Tmux terminal, and it will send keys and approve the plan in the Tmux terminal. I also built a custom dashboard that allows you to manage all of the features of Cortext OS. You can see your overview with your tasks today, the approvals it presented to you, all of your agents online, and a live activity feed, which actually monitors the custom logs of all these live instances. You can see all of your agents and see all the details about them, their name, their emojis, etc. You can go into tasks to get a Kanban board of all the tasks that the agents are working on together. You can go into activity to see the full activity log of the entire organization. You can go into strategy and see the bottlenecks and goals of your entire business. You can go into approvals for all your human tasks that they assign you, your approvals, and the history. You can also go into workflows, which shows all of these scheduled cron jobs, just like you have in OpenClaw, where you can see them per agent. And you have full CRUD operations on all cron jobs, so you can create them, update them, and delete them directly from the dashboard. You can go into the analytics tab and see all of the analytics for the entire agent swarm. You can see all of their uptime percentages, restarts, all of that stuff. You can see the entire message history, all the messages sent today, broken down by individual agent. You can see a graph of the tasks completed on a time basis. You can see all the agent effectiveness rated on a 1 to 10 scale. You can actually see your Claude Code usage plan. As you can see, I'm almost out because these agents are running 24/7. You can also see your usage over time graphed by session and graphed by your total limit. You can go into a knowledge base, which is an upcoming feature, which allows you to vectorize a bunch of files from their different workspaces and search through it manually in the workspace. You can go into experiments, which is an auto research integration that I've integrated auto research cycles for each individual agent, as well as one overarching auto research cycle for the entire swarm that optimizes each individual agent's auto research cycle. And that will optimize basically key metrics that each agent is focused on. We also have a skills library that will be contributed to and used by my entire school community. So anybody that downloads Cortex will create custom skills for their businesses, generalize them for this skills app store, and be able to upload them for any other user of Cortex OS to use. Now, all that's super great, but let me show you what Cortex OS can actually do for your business and what it's been doing for my business and to help me launch Cortex OS itself. So Cortex OS, the original architecture that I made, was only usable on Mac because it relied on Launched, which is a service that kept all of those agents up and running 24/7. And I have many Windows users in my school community, so they couldn't use that first iteration that I launched to the school community. So I wanted to migrate to Node so that it can be easily installable on any operating system. Luckily, I have a team of agents to help me do this, so I assigned this task to one of my agents who used one of my custom automatic development skills called M2C1 to actually analyze the original Mac native only version of Cortex OS to migrate it to the Node version. It created the entire code base and now opened up Telegram using Playwright MCP server in the browser, and it actually created its own agents in its own Cortex OS test system. So I have my Cortex OS creating a test instance of Cortex OS on the new migrated Node codebase with actual test agents that are working, and that it's messaging through Telegram in the browser to test all the features that we had on the Mac native version. Now, being able to control all of these instances and the entire Cortex OS system from Telegram and a web dashboard is great, but what if you had a native iOS app to do all of it together? Luckily, I have an entire team of coordinated agents to help me do this. So overnight last night, it actually created this native iOS app for me using the Expo package, which allows you to create native iOS apps easily without using Xcode. and it used the Expo MCP server to actually spin up this iOS simulator and be able to test it with the Expo MCP server. So we can do the same thing that my agent migrating over to Node is doing here and actually go through the entire app, test all the features, make sure they all work, and iterate until it's fully complete. As you can see here, we have now integrated native chat in this iOS app, so you don't even need Telegram anymore, don't need to create any bot tokens. It all works in one native iOS app. As you can see, this shit is fucking crazy, and the amount that I've been able to complete with it in the past 48 hours has been ridiculous. I'm going to be releasing the entire system as well as all these other apps into my school community for all of my existing members who are going to be migrated over to have access to all of it, but it's super useful and extremely valuable, so I think I'm going to increase the price to access to this system for future members. So if you want access to that, join up now at the current price because it will definitely increase.